Hola, buenos días a todos y todas. Gracias por participar de nuestra Feria Internacional hoy en el tercer día, que es dedicado a Europa. En este momento vamos a tener la charla de Neoma Business School y tenemos con nosotros a Thibault Hoyer que va a dar la presentación. Luego de la presentación, ustedes pueden hacer sus preguntas en el chat o levantando la mano. Welcome, Thibault. Thank you very much for being here today. Now
Thank you for
you
having me.
can, yes, say, you can present your university now.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. So my name is Thibault, and I am representing here at Neoma Business School. We are located in France, and as you can see, we have 3 campuses. So I will go through the slides and present a little bit of who we are and what we do. Okay, so on this very first slide, you can see an overview of our 3 campuses. We have the first one, which is in the city of Reims, which is about 45 minutes or so from Paris, and which has which is in the region of Champagne. So that might be interesting if you are interested in this kind of business. This is the region where it all comes from. At the bottom left, you guys can see the Rouen campus. That is the campus where I am currently located, and that is actually the halfway point between Paris and the coasts of Normandy. So Rouen is actually, again, pretty close to Paris. I would say probably a little bit further than Reims is, but about an hour or so. So you're always near Paris itself. It is very doable to go there on the weekends and be back before classes begin again. The third campus we have would be Paris, of course. Paris is mainly home to our executive education and bachelor programs. In Paris, we've actually launched our campus in Paris not too long ago, and we are getting more and more courses started there. So that might be also very interesting for our students. And as you may see here, we have 4 campuses in total. And the 4th campus is a virtual campus. We're actually the first business school or school in Europe to start our very own virtual campus. You may see it as a virtual reality campus in which classrooms exist and the whole campus is actually shown there. And where, of course, students can take classes, meetings take place and such. So here's a brief, brief overview of the campus about some of the interesting facts that you might want to know about our 3 campuses. Paris is, of course, the capital and UNESCO heritage site. What that means is that you will find a lot of very interesting things to do and to see in the city itself. So that might, of course, provide you with a great experience here. We opened, as I said, quite recently in 2021, so last year actually, in the 13th district. We have quite a big campus in the very center of Paris, actually, and with quite a few classrooms for our students. Rouen is the capital of the French Impressionists, such as the Monet famous cathedral painting. If you're interested in Impressionist art, this would be a great place to be. In Rouen itself, you have the cathedral, and nearby you have very interesting places that have been painted by Monet and other painters as well. Monet's house is actually not too far from here. We have a medieval downtown around or close to the Seine River. What that means is that we have a very unique center of the Rouen center is quite unique in that way and has lovely buildings that are quite old actually and that make it for a great walk in the city. The port here is also a very important place to be. That again means a lot of business to be had here. That might also be something you might want to consider. And again, quite close to Paris. It has been elected as one of the regions to visit in 2022, according to the New York Times. And finally, we have the Reims campus, which is on the right here. So as I mentioned, it is the capital of Champagne, which is the name of the region, but also the drink. Again, a UNESCO World Heritage Site with its great cathedral, again, a major economic and industrial crossroad, very close to the airport and accessible by train from Paris. Okay, so here we're looking at some of the information that might be provided were you to be interested in coming to our school. If you were interested in coming to Neoma, you should know that we will accompany you actually from the very first step until the last, until you actually get here, and even then after. We have what we call the hub team, and this team is taking care of all the incoming students that are coming here at Neoma and that are helping them with the application process, the visa process, the housing information, travel plan, setting in, and they're also handling the welcome days. I actually wanted to show you some other page real quick that would be very interesting. As you may see right here, this is the page that is dedicated to our students, incoming students, and this is really meant for students that are coming right from the first step. So as you can see on the top of the page, you can see all the steps right there. We have a little word from our dean, and right here, some very useful information. So know that this website is actually designed only for incoming international students. So here you go. You have all the steps that you need to follow in order to join in our school. From all the administrative tasks that might be required to the visa, to your housing reservation, course registration, and such. And it goes on and on. Okay, let me just go back. All right. Again, this is some of the housing that we offer. The hub team is going to provide or help you with some of the very interesting housing offers that we have near our school. Some of them are right next to the school, and some of them are slightly closer to the city center. Rouen is not too much of a big city, for example, and you might be able to find a nice apartment in the center, and which would only require you to transfer for about 15 minutes until you get at the school. Here's some practical life tips. You can see the average cost of living for a student, so how much the accommodation will cost, food, leisure, transportation, and others. Here are some of the facilities that we have here on campus. We have a very nice library, a cafeteria. We have actually two on campus here in Rouen, a fitness room for our students, societies and clubs. We will talk about those in a while. We have 3 incubators, 2 accelerators, and a coding school. All the information displayed right here is actually fairly accessible for you, so you might want to contact us if you are interested in knowing more details about this. All right, so when students arrive in our school, one of the first things they will do a few days before classes actually begin is what we call the International Welcome Day. During the International Welcome Day, well, I will show you a quick video at the very, very end of the presentation. We are presenting and showing you our different campuses, cities. We're having a city tour to really show you and let you have the full experience of what it means to be studying here at Neoma. Here's one of the points that I mentioned earlier. This is our student unions. So in France, student unions are very, very important, and especially in business schools. Those are actually run by the students for the students. They are dedicated to the social needs of all our students. We have many kinds of unions here. We have communication, sports, thrills, artistic unions, and cultural unions. So one of the few that I could think of right now could be, for example, horse riding. If you were interested in that, we have a special union of students organizing any of such activities. International events, again, this is again related very closely to our unions and being organized by them. We have some trips that are sometimes organized by our unions. So we have a very, very good student life here. As I mentioned earlier, students like to spend a lot of time here, either for studying, but also for some fun. You might have the access to the library for studying, for example. We have all the unions that organize interesting maybe parties, maybe activities to do on the weekends and the evenings. It is quite nice. We have a wellness center. So this is something that has been put into place and something that we've put more emphasis on since the last 2 years or so. So this is to give more support to our students with disabilities. So this is not something that could stop you from coming here. We have all the facilities required to take care of students with disabilities. Students in difficulty may be academic difficulty or any other kind of difficulty. We have licensed psychologists and such at disposal. Here, you can see some of the courses that we offer. So we have undergrad and graduate courses. So this is a very, very basic view of the courses. I did not want to bore you with a large list of all the courses. And again, if you want to have a look at those, these are freely accessible. So on the undergraduate courses, we have what we call the GBBA, so which is the Global Business Administration course degree. This is something that would, of course, focus heavily on business CISM, which is more focusing on the international aspects of business, and TIMA, which has a more technical approach to business, more IT management, if you like. For some of these courses, we have them on the Reims and Rouen campus. They're taught mainly in English. We have a few courses in French, but it's an overwhelming amount of English courses. You are able to mix and match some of the courses that you have. So you have these 3 programs, and you may actually mix them up, mix some of the courses from these 3 different programs. So if you are an undergraduate student, you can only take undergraduate courses, though. We have also specialist tracks. So those you can see at the very bottom of the screen right now. So these are tracks with pre-made courses already packed for you. So this is a package of courses that might help you specialize into something. So for example, we might have digital transformation and new business models and specialization, disruptive marketing and new markets. The same concept is actually valid for graduate courses. We have a master in management, and again, taught on both Reims and Rouen campuses, and full in English. We have, again, specialist tracks, international marketing and brand management, corporate finance, and marketing French excellence. Within Neoma, we have 180 professors. 62 are of international origin. Over 80 nationalities, 95% of PhD professors, 9,500 students, 25 of which I believe it is actually now closer to 32% international students. So it is a great number of international students, and it is important to note also that Neoma students are having international exchanges on most of the degrees that they follow here at Neoma. So having to speak English here would not be much of a problem. And again, here on the right, you can see some of the tasks that the hub team would take care of. I already showed you the website containing all of this information. One of the interesting things here might be the virtual cafe, in which you might actually discuss and talk with other students. So without having to be on campus, you still have access to communication with students. Here we can see some of the rankings and accreditations that Neoma has. So we are triple accredited. On the left here, you can see that we are AACSV accredited, EQUIS, and AMBA. What that means, these are actually accreditations of excellence especially in business schools. We are the 7th business school in France and the 30th in Europe. And according to QS, we are the 6th. Thank you. And I look forward to hearing from you. I will show you a short video of what our welcome days look like here at Neoma. And then that will be it for me. Thank you.
Like it or not, I'm funny, still in searching of my destination. I like to party, living my way is arty. All I offer is my reputation. Hey, let's walk this way. This party will rock every minute stolen. If you wanna be my midnight mover, you blow my mind, and it would be kind of a groovy story if you wanna be my midnight mover. You wanna be my midnight mover. You wanna be my midnight mover. I know you're busy planning your hugs and kisses, making sketches of future illusions. But I'm the present, living the kind of essence that will crush all your secret illusions.
Right. And that will be it for me. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much, Thibaut. Thank you. Great presentation. Gracias a todos por escuchar. No sé si tienen preguntas que pueden hacer por el chat o pueden levantar la mano también. ¿Ha quedado todo claro? ¿Tienen alguna pregunta específica para Thibaut? Recuerden que en marzo abrimos nuestra convocatoria para viajar en 2024-1. Entonces, pueden ir preparándose y pueden ir, digamos, preparando su proyecto académico para viajar. No sé si tienen alguna pregunta, no sean tímidos, aprovechen ahora que está la persona directamente que los puede ayudar. Nada, todo ha quedado muy claro. I think your presentation was very complete, Thibaut. Oh, here is a question. Let me see. Does Neoma offer any scholarships for the master's degrees?
I could check if any scholarships. There might in fact be some available. Yes, I might have to check with that. So if you don't mind sending me an email, Joaquin, then I might check it out for you.
Perfect. Is there any other scholarship regarding the exchange semester or program?
Yes, well, I need to check exactly for
Okay.
more detail, as it is. I know that we have scholarships with some of the European countries and such, but I would have to see exactly what would be available for non-European students. I believe you may have the email address you can reach us at,
Yeah.
and we have a special team dedicated to answer all the questions. So
Perfect.
if regarding scholarship, sorry, I couldn't give you a straight answer, but
Yeah,
I
don't
will
worry.
definitely try to find something for you.
Okay. Here is another question. Maybe you told us, but which were the requirements for the language requirements?
The language requirements, let me just check it for you. So we do not actually have an official language requirement. What we do is that is more of a recommendation. So what we ask for is an IELTS 6, or if you wish to take the TOEFL exam, you might have to score an 85.
Almost like a B2 level, maybe, no? Intermediate.
Correct. Yes,
intermediate. Okay.
correct.
Okay. Which is the email where they can contact you? Could you maybe put in the chat?
Yes, doing it right now.
Thank you.
There you go.
Ok. Y yo voy a poner también el mío acá, por si quieren. Okay, there's mine. Also, if you want to contact me. Well, we are running out of time. So thank you very much, Thibault, for the presentation. It was very great to know about your university. I hope the students go for exchange program. Gracias a todos por escuchar. See you next time.
Thank you, Claudia, and thank you everyone for attending. All right.
Thank you. Gracias
Have a nice
a
day.
todos. Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Gracias a todos. Nos vemos en la siguiente presentación, que es Jagiellonian en Polonia, que es muy buena universidad y a precios muy buenos. Gracias.